Stand in our path. We await your command.
Fear denies.
I have awoken.
How can I serve?
My aim shall not falter.
Yes, most beneficent one. I exist to serve. I exist to serve.
The Emperor
I have
protects.
awoken.
Yes, my lord. What are your needs?
Excellent. Another
None
access
shall
to the emptied
survive.
catacombs. We can move troops through here with ease.
I have awoken.
Under fire! The enemies of man cannot stand
I
before
have
us!
awoken. Yes. Command me.
Under
By the
fire!
Emperor it shall
The
be
enemies of
so.
man cannot stand before us!
Yes, Lord.
On alert, brothers. The enemy must be nearby.
Under
For
fire!
terror, I serve mankind. For the Emperor.
We await your command.
What are your needs? The enemies of the Emperor shall be destroyed!
By the Emperor it shall be so.
Under fire!
Yes, most beneficent one. As you wish.
I have awoken.
Under fire!
I have awoken. It is better to die for the Emperor than live for yourself.
Under fire!
Necron monolith.
I have
Brothers,
awoken.
destroy these Xeno abominations
the
before they
enemy
rise
shall
to
know
attack
fear.
us.
Under fire! A
I
power
have
here!
awoken. Command me.
On alert, brothers. The enemy must be nearby.
I have
Here to
awoken.
serve.
The enemies of man cannot stand before us!
I
By
have
the
awoken.
Emperor it shall be so.
At last, back to war.
Under fire!
This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium. For the honor of the chapter, we are united in this service.
I am ready to serve. Again.
Under fire!
While the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath, there can be no peace. My faith is my shield.
Under fire!
For terror,
I have awoken.
Here to serve.
this
Under
day
fire!
shall be a glorious one for the Imperium.
I await your instructions.
Apothecary here. Understood.
It is better to die for the Emperor than live for yourself.
Yes, most beneficent one. Pilgrim
I am the
fire.
instrument of his will.
The Emperor protects.
It is better to die for the Emperor than live for yourself.
Yes, Lord. I exist to serve. Yes, most beneficent one. Pilgrimage 721 initiated. I exist to serve.
It is better to die for the Emperor than live for yourself.
Under fire! fallen shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's finest. Under fire! Apothecary here.
A moment
How
of
can I
laxity
serve?
spawns a lifetime
The
of
battlefield
heresy.
awaits.
None shall survive.
Ever vigilant. Charge!
My aim shall not falter.
The fallen shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's
Yes,
finest.
Lord.
Under fire!
Faith is eternal.
Yes, most beneficent one.
It is better to die for the Emperor than live for yourself. I am the
The
instrument
enemies of
of his
man
will.
cannot stand before us.
Build routine 7 to
How can I
1
serve?
initiated.
Apothecary here.
Here to serve. Yes, most beneficent one.
Even in death I still
I
serve.
await your instructions. Build routine 7 to 1 initiated.
I am the instrument of
The
his
enemies
will.
of man cannot stand before us. Under fire. The enemies of man cannot stand before us.
The Emperor protects.
At last, back to war. Faith is
The
eternal.
enemies of man cannot
By the
stand before
Emperor it
us.
shall be
At last,
so.
back to war.
Embark.
It is better to die
The
for the
battlefield
Emperor than
awaits.
live
The
for
enemies of
yourself.
man cannot stand before us. What are your needs? The enemies of man cannot
At
stand
last,
before
back
us.
to war.
Build routine 7 to 1 initiated.
The enemies of man cannot
I
stand
await
before
your
us.
instructions. Here to serve. As you wish.
How can I serve? Apothecary here. The enemies of man cannot stand before us. Under
Yes,
fire.
I have awoken. It is better to die for the Emperor than live
By
for
the Emperor it
yourself.
shall be
I
so.
am ready to serve. Again.
Here to serve.
Under fire. Under fire. Ever vigilant. Stay vigilant, brothers. The battlefield awaits your order. Understood.
We await your command.
The battlefield awaits. Direct us to the enemy.
I have awoken. Command me. I will crush those who stand before me.
Apothecary here.
None shall stand in our path.
By the Emperor it
The
shall
enemies of
be
man
so.
cannot stand before us.
Beware the alien, the mutant. By the Emperor it shall be so.
What is your will? Yes, Lord.
With
Under
every
fire.
Routine 7 to
more of
1
us
initiated.
from the slumber of
To me, my
ages.
brothers.
The enemies of
We
the
will
fallen shall be
never
forever
stop
remembered
coming
as the
from
Emperor's
the
finest.
depths of this plateau
What are your
until
needs?
you are all
Direct me to the
dead.
injured. Under fire.
Here to serve.
Squad
Even
broken.
in death I still
The
serve.
battlefield awaits. We are the Emperor's chosen. The enemies of man cannot stand before us. Squad morale restored.
Faith is eternal.
We are the Emperor's chosen.
Follow my lead.
Faith is our shield. What are your needs?
A moment of laxity spawns to die for the Emperor than live for
Yes, Lord.
yourself.
As you wish. Build routine 7 to 1
The
initiated.
enemies of man
Build
cannot
routine
stand
7 to
before
1
us.
initiated. Build routine 7 to 1 initiated.
What are your needs? The enemies of man cannot stand before us.
Here to serve.
My faith is my shield.
The enemies of man cannot
Agreed.
stand before us. Apothecary here.
Command me. It is better to die for the Emperor than live for yourself.
Here to serve.
I have awoken.
Build routine 7 to 1
Under fire.
initiated. Build routine 721
Under
initiated.
fire!
Build routine 721 initiated.
Heresy grows from idleness.
I am ready to serve, again, by his word. I will purge the unclean. I am the instrument of his will. Faith is
Under
eternal.
fire!
By your will,
Heresy
gloriously.
grows from
I have
idleness.
awoken.
What are your needs? Under fire! Fear denies faith. Apothecary here. At your command.
Where do you need us most?
Fear denies faith.
I have awoken.
Marine squad deployed. Heresy grows from idleness. Apothecary ready. Blood broken. Fear denies faith. Moving out. Onward to glory.
It is better
Squad
to
morale
die as the
loyal.
Emperor than live for yourself.
Understood. Onward to
I
glory.
await your command.
Heresy grows from
I
apothecary
have
here.
awoken.
Marine squad deployed. What are your needs?
By the Emperor it shall be so.
The battlefield awaits.
Where
Under
do you need
fire.
us most?
The fallen shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's finest. Under fire. What is your order?
I have awoken.
Yes, most
Praise
beneficent
the
one.
Emperor.
I am the instrument of his will.
The battlefield awaits. Who requires my command? At your command. The fallen shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's finest.
Rally squad!
The fallen shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's finest.
Even in death I still serve.
My faith is my shield. For the glory of the Emperor.
Under fire! Under we fire! Stand ready.
The Emperor's finest.
The battlefield awaits.
At last, back to war. I have awoken. Command me. To me, my brothers. I will crush those who stand before me. Even in death I still serve. Faith is eternal. I have awoken.
Yes, my lord.
I am ready to
Praise
serve.
the Emperor.
Again, I have
Under
awoken.
fire! Under fire!
I await your
I am the
instructions.
instrument of his will. I have awoken.
The battlefield awaits. Fear
I
denies
have
faith.
awoken. I have
I
awoken.
await your instructions.
I have awoken. I have awoken.
Fear denies faith.
I have awoken. I have awoken.
Under fire! Under fire! Direct us to the enemy.
Yes.
Beware the alien, the mutant, the heretic. Confirmed.
I have awoken.
Squad broken! Squad morale restored! Squad morale restored!
Morale restored.
Under fire! The enemies of man cannot stand before us!
I have awoken. I am ready to serve. Again. I have awoken. It is better to die for the Emperor than live for yourself. I have awoken. I have awoken.
Under fire!
I have awoken.
What would you have me do?
Faith is eternal. I have awoken. I have awoken.
Under fire! Under fire!
I am the instrument of his will. I have awoken. It is better to die for the Emperor than live for yourself. I have awoken. I have awoken. Command me.
Here to serve. Build routine 721 initiated. Build routine 721 initiated.
The Emperor protects.
Fear denies faith.
Faith is eternal. I have awoken. I have awoken. I have awoken.
Under fire! Under fire!
I have awoken. I have awoken. I have awoken.
Awaiting orders.
I have awoken. It is better to die for the Emperor than live for yourself.
What are your needs? How can I serve?
None shall stand in our
Under
path.
fire, the fallen shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's finest.
None shall survive.
The fallen shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's finest.
I have awoken.
This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium.
Here to serve. I shall obey.
What are your needs? Under fire! Under fire!
None shall stand in our path.
Apothecary here.
I have awoken.
What are your needs? The battlefield awaits. What are your needs?
I have awoken.
He who stands with me shall be my brother.
I have awoken.
What are your needs?
None shall survive.
What are your needs?
A moment of laxity spawns a lifetime of heresy.
What's your order? Under fire!
I have awoken.
Apothecary here.
Make
The
way.
battlefield awaits.
None shall
Praise the
stand.
Emperor.
Under fire! Apothecary here.
We seek the
How can I
enemy.
serve?
None shall
The
survive.
battlefield awaits.
None shall survive. None shall stand in our path.
How can I serve?
By the Emperor it
The
shall
battlefield awaits. The fallen shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's finest.
By his
The enemies
glorious
of man
name.
cannot stand before us.
A moment of laxity spawns a lifetime of heresy.
The enemies of man cannot stand before us. Apothecary under fire. The enemies of man cannot stand before us.
None shall survive. We seek the enemy.
The enemies of man cannot stand before us. The enemies of man cannot stand before us. The enemies of man cannot stand before us. Under fire. Apothecary here.
Once more, we go to
The
battle.
enemies of man cannot stand before us. Apothecary. The enemies of man cannot stand before us.
Squad broken.
How can I serve?
Rally
Squad
squad!
morale restored.
Squad
We go
broken.
squad broken. We seek the enemy.
Apothecary here. Apothecary here.
Rally
Morale
squad!
restored. Moving out. Apothecary here.
None shall survive.
What are your needs? The fallen shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's finest. Under fire. Squad broken.
I
Under
have
fire.
awoken.
The enemies of man cannot stand before us.
Squad morale restored.
The enemies of man cannot stand before us. Under fire.
By the Emperor it shall
How
be
can I
so.
settle? The fallen shall be forever remembered as the
By the
Emperor's
Emperor it
finest.
shall be so.
Under fire. Squad morale restored.
I have awoken. It is better to die
How
for the
can I
Emperor
serve?
than I have awoken. Command me. I shall end you.
How the enemies of man cannot stand before
I
us.
have awoken.
Make way!
The fallen shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's finest.
Faith is eternal.
Apothecary here.
None shall stand in
I
our
have awoken.
Fear the fallen shall be forever remembered
I
as the
have
Emperor's finest. The fallen shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's finest. Squad broken! Squad morale restored.
Today the enemy shall know
Under
fear.
fire.
The Emperor protects.
Squad morale
morale
restored.
restored.
Apothecary here.
None shall survive. Make way!
How can I serve?
I have awoken.
Once more, we go to battle.
What are your needs?
I have.
Under
It is
fire.
better to die for the Emperor than live for yourself.
The Emperor
I have
protects. By the Emperor it shall be so.
None shall stand in our power. We seek the
The
enemy.
battlefield awaits. Under fire. The fallen shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's finest.
I have awoken. Faith is
The
eternal.
enemies of man cannot stand before us.
Faith is eternal. Faith is eternal.
The enemies of man cannot stand before us.
I will be there soon. By his word.
The enemies of man cannot stand before us as the Emperor's finest.
The Emperor protects.
The enemies of man cannot stand before us.
I have awoken.
What are your needs?
Your will. Faith
Under
is eternal.
fire.
I am ready to serve. I have awoken. Take me even into death I still serve. I shall
Yes,
end you.
most beneficent one. Build routine 721 initiated.
I have awoken is eternal. By his word.
Under fire.
Command me. I shall end you. Even in death I still serve. At last, back to war. It is better to die for the Emperor than live for yourself.
I await your instructions.
Walk softly and carry a big gun.
Faith is eternal. By his word. Moving out. At last, back to war. I will crush those who stand. I have awoken. I am the instrument of his will.
Under fire.
Walk softly and carry a big gun. Today the enemy shall know fear.
For the Emperor.
I have awoken.
The fallen shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's
I have
finest.
awoken.
Under fire.
Yes, Lord.
I have
Build
awoken.
Under
routine
fire.
721
The fallen shall be
initiated.
forever remembered as the Emperor's finest.
It is better to die for the Emperor than live for yourself.
We seek the enemy.
How can I serve?
At last, back to war. by his word.
Under fire!
Faith is eternal. At last, back to war.
What are your needs? Charge! What are your needs?
We await your command.
Even in death I still serve. I have awoken. I have awoken.
Under fire! The
I have
battlefield awaits. Under fire!
I await your instructions. Build routine 721
Under
initiated.
fire! Apothecary here.
We seek
How
the
can I
enemy.
serve?
Yes, Lord?
What are your needs?
I have
Under
awoken.
fire!
By the Emperor
I
it
have
shall be
awoken.
so. He who stands with me shall be my brother.
I await your instructions.
I have awoken.
Marine squad deployed. Under fire!
Even
Under
in
fire!
death I still serve.
Under fire!
By the Emperor it shall be so. He who stands with me shall be my brother.
Under fire!
Yes, most beneficent one?
How can I serve?
Even in
Marine
death
squad
I still
deployed.
serve.
Marine squad deployed. Under fire!
Yes, Lord? Build routine 721 initiated.
Marine squad deployed.
Praise the Emperor.
Under fire! Squad broken!
Even in death I still
Marine
serve.
squad deployed.
I command in the name of the Emperor. Done. Praise the Emperor. Regroup!
Under fire!
Follow my lead. My aim shall not falter.
Marine squad deployed.
Yes, most beneficent one?
Today the enemy shall know fear. On alert, brothers. The enemy must be nearby.
I have awoken.
Marine squad deployed.
I have awoken.
Under fire!
I have awoken.
Under fire!
I have awoken.
Marine squad deployed.
the Emperor.
I have awoken.
Marine squad deployed.
Command me. I have awoken. Even in death I still serve. I have awoken.
Under fire.
I have
Marine squad deployed. Under fire.
I am ready to serve again. I have awoken.
My will is undone.
Under fire.
I have awoken.
Marine squad deployed.
I have awoken. I have awoken.
The fallen shall be forever remembered as the Marine squad deployed.
I have awoken.
This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium.
Yes, most beneficent one.
Under fire.
I have awoken.
Marine squad deployed. Squad broken. Under fire.
Yes,
I
Lord.
have awoken. I have awoken.
This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium.
I am ready to serve
What is your
again.
will?
Marine squad
I
deployed.
have awoken.
Walk softly, and by the Emperor shall be
Squad
so.
broken.
I am ready to serve again. I have awoken. I have
Under
awoken.
fire. Marine squad deployed.
I have awoken. I have awoken.
Under fire. Broken.
I have awoken.
While the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath, there can be no peace.
Marine squad deployed. Under fire.
This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium.
I have awoken.
Squad broken.
I have awoken.
Squad broken.
I have awoken.
Marine squad deployed. Squad broken. Squad broken.
I have
Under
awoken.
fire. Squad broken.
I have
By the
awoken.
Emperor it shall be so.
Marine squad deployed.
I have awoken.
Here to serve. Build routine 721 initiated.
Faith is our shield. Under fire.
I
Squad
have
broken.
awoken.
Under fire. Marine squad
I have
deployed.
awoken.
My faith is my shield. Faith and duty.
I have
Squad
awoken.
morale restored.
Walk softly and carry a big gun. The Emperor protects.
Squad morale restored.
I have awoken.
Marine squad deployed. Fear denies faith. Squad broken!
I have awoken.
Squad morale restored.
I have awoken.
Squad broken! Under fire! Squad broken!
I have awoken.
Marine squad deployed.
While the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath, there can be no peace.
Under fire!
I have awoken.
How can I serve? Under fire! Marine squad deployed.
I have awoken.
Faith is our shield.
Command me. I have awoken.
Under fire!
I
This
have
day
awoken.
shall be a glorious one for the Imperium.
What are your Marine squad deployed? What are your needs?
Today the enemy shall know fear.
How can I
I
serve?
have awoken.
What are your needs?
My will is
How can I
undone.
serve?
Praise the Emperor.
I have awoken.
Be swift, driver.
I have awoken.
Marine squad deployed.
None shall survive.
The battlefield awaits. Weapons at ready. It is time. Onward! Under
I have
fire!
awoken.
Under
I
fire!
have awoken. I
The
have
enemies
awoken.
of man cannot stand
Marine
before
squad
us.
deployed. None shall survive.
How can I serve?
I have
His
awoken.
glorious name.
Apothecary here. Under fire! The enemies of man cannot
have
stand
awoken.
before
None
us.
shall survive.
Marine squad deployed.
He who stands with me shall be my brother.
The enemies of man cannot stand before
A
us.
moment of laxity spawns a lifetime of heresy.
The enemies of man cannot stand before us.
By
Under
his
fire!
glorious
I have awoken.
none shall survive.
Under fire! Marine squad deployed. The enemies of man cannot stand
shall
before
survive.
us. The enemies of man cannot stand before us. The enemies of man cannot stand before us. How can I serve?
On alert, brothers. The
The
enemy
enemies
must
of
be
man
nearby.
cannot stand before us.
I have awoken.
Under fire!
The Emperor protects.
The fallen shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's final foot. Squad broken! Orders received. Squad
Await your
broken!
command. Squad morale restored.
Apothecary here.
Squad broken. None
Squad
shall
broken!
survive.
Squad broken!
While the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath, there can be no peace.
Under fire! Squad morale restored.
Yes, Lord.
Squad morale
Under
restored.
fire! Squad broken!
I have awoken.
Squad broken! Apothecary here.
Once more, we go to battle.
The fallen shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's finest. Squad morale restored. Squad battlefield awaits. How can I
Squad
serve?
morale restored.
The Emperor protects.
I have awoken.
Apothecary here. Broken!
None shall survive.
Apothecary here. The fallen shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's finest. Morale restored.
I have awoken.
Apothecary here. How can I serve? The enemies of the Emperor shall be destroyed. The fallen shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's finest.
I have awoken.
Under fire.
My faith.
The enemies of man cannot stand before us. The enemies of man cannot stand before us. What are your needs? Orders for what are your morale restored.
This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium.
Squad broken! Under fire. How can I serve?
Once more, it goes back.
Squad morale restored.
None
Squad
shall
broken!
survive.
I have awoken.
Apothecary here.
Squad broken.
I
Squad
have
morale
awoken.
restored. Broken.
Squad broken! Squad morale restored.
Squad broken. Squad morale restored. Squad broken.
Squad broken!
Squad morale restored.
Squad morale
I
restored.
have awoken.
Squad morale restored. The enemies of man cannot stand before us. What are your needs? The battlefield awaits. Apothecary here. How can I serve?
have awoken.
Under fire. Squad morale restored.
Praise
Squad
the Emperor.
morale restored.
I shall not fail. I shall not fail. My aim
The
shall not
battlefield
falter.
awaits.
Restored.
Faith, I have awoken.
Under fire.
What is
have
your
awoken.
will?
I have awoken.
Yes,
Under
most
fire.
beneficent one.
He who
The
stands
enemies
with
of man cannot stand before us. Awaits. The battlefield awaits. Charge! Charge! Apothecary here. The enemies of man cannot stand before us. The enemies of man cannot stand
I
before
have
us.
awoken.
None shall survive.
Even in death I still serve. I am the instrument of his will. I have awoken.
Here to serve. I shall obey.
The fallen shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's
Faith
finest.
is eternal.
Fear denies faith. Under fire.
At last, back to war.
beware the alien, the mutant,
Apothecary ready.
the heretic.
Yes, Lord.
He who stands with me
Under
shall be
fire.
Yes, most beneficent one.
While the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath, there can be no peace. Confirm. My aim shall not
Apothecary
falter.
ready.
Faith is
The
eternal.
battlefield awaits. Yes, my lord. The fallen shall
He
be
who stands
forever
with me
remembered
shall
as
be
the
honored.
Emperor's finest.
This day
I
shall be a
have a
glorious one for the Imperium. Today the enemy
Yes,
shall know
Lord.
fear.
Yes, Lord. Yes,
I
most
have a
beneficent one. Yes, most beneficent one. As you wish.
Under fire.
Build routine 721 initiated.
Under fire.
Faith is eternal. At last, back to war.
My faith is my shield.
Yes, Lord.
Praise the Emperor.
What's your order? Heresy grows from
While the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath, there can
the
be
warriors
no
of the
peace.
Inquisition are yours to command. Awaits. Who requires my aid? The fallen shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's finest.
Here to serve.
Awaiting orders.
At last, back to war. I am the instrument of his will. I shall end you. Command me.
Yes,
Under
most
fire!
beneficent
Under
one.
fire!
Build routine 721
Your will.
initiated.
Excellent.
Under fire.
More
Man
access
shall
to the emptied
stand
catacombs. We can move troops through here with
Command
ease.
me. It is better to die for the Emperor than live for yourself.
Walk softly and carry a big gun.
I await your instructions. Yes, most beneficent one. Yes, most beneficent one.
Squad deployed.
Even in death I still serve. Command me. I shall end you.
Under fire here.
Today the enemy shall know fear.
I am ready to serve. Again. Take me into I
Marine
am
squad
ready to
deployed.
serve. Again. I shall end you.
Apothecary here.
A moment of laxity spawns a lifetime of heresy.
I have
By
awoken.
his glorious name.
The fallen shall be forever remembered. Under
At
fire.
last,
Deployed.
back to war.
How can I serve?
Once more, we go to battle. Once more, we go to battle.
Orders
I
received.
have
Awaits.
Command me by his word. I shall end you.
What are your needs? What are your needs? Under fire. Marine squad deployed.
I have awoken.
What are your needs? The enemies of the Emperor shall be destroyed.
We await your command.
For terror, my aim
Marine
shall
squad
not falter.
deployed. The enemies of man cannot stand before us. Apothecary here.
I
A
have
moment of
awoken.
laxity spawns a lifetime
Apothecary
of
here.
heresy. Make way!
Under fire.
None shall stand in our
Marine
path.
squad deployed.
I have awoken.
My powers are yours to command.
What are your needs?
I have awoken.
How can I serve? Under fire. How can I serve? Marine squad deployed. Under fire.
I have awoken. I have awoken.
Marine squad deployed. Squad broken! Apothecary here. Squad broken!
Another necron artifact. Destroy it!
All machines serve
How
the
can I serve?
Titan in the end. Bring
None
your
shall
vehicles
survive.
before the beacon of the
Apothecary
Void
here.
Dragon.
We are the Emperor's
And
chosen.
watch as they turn
Squad morale
against
under
you.
fire.
I
The
have
enemy man cannot stand before us. Shall be forever remembered as the enemies of man cannot stand before us. The enemies of man cannot stand before us. What are your needs? The enemies of the Emperor shall be destroyed. At your command. The enemies of man cannot stand before us.
I have awoken.
The enemies of man
Marine
cannot
squad
stand
deployed.
before us. I can help. The battlefield. The enemies of man cannot stand before
I
us.
have awoken.
The enemies of man cannot stand before us. Here.
It is better to
The
die
enemies
for
of
the
man
Emperor than
cannot
live for
stand before
yourself.
us. Fear denies faith. The enemies of man cannot stand before us. Squad morale restored.
None shall survive.
The battlefield awaits.
Marine squad deployed.
What are your needs?
I have awoken.
Fear denies faith. Fear
I
denies
have
faith.
awoken. Back to war. I have awoken. For the Emperor.
Orders received. Faith is our shield.
Faith is eternal. I shall
Under
end
fire. What are your needs? At your command. Charge! What are your needs? Marine squad deployed. The battlefield awaits.
A moment of laxity spawns a lifetime of heresy. None shall survive. None shall survive.
Heresy grows from idleness. Heresy grows from idleness. Marine squad
Command.
deployed.
I
Squad
will be there
broken!
soon.
We are the Emperor's chosen. Faith is our
While
shield.
the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath, there can be no peace.
Stay vigilant, swords.
He who stands with me shall be my brother.
A
Marine squad
moment of
deployed.
laxity spawns a lifetime of heresy.
For the Emperor!
Excellent.
For the
Another
Emperor!
access to the empty
Broken!
We can move troops through here with ease.
Maintain attack formation.
While the enemies
Under
of the
fire.
Emperor still draw breath, there can be no peace.
What are your needs? For the Emperor! Yes, my lord.
None shall survive.
Marine squad
He who
deployed.
stands with me shall be my brother.
Is eternal. Faith is eternal. Faith is eternal.
Fear our wrath. Charge!
He who stands with me shall be my brother.
None shall
On
stand
alert,
in our
brothers.
path.
The enemy must be nearby.
Command me.
Under fire!
Marine
Moving
squad
out.
deployed.
Moving out. Under fire! The enemies of man cannot
Today the
stand
enemy
before
shall know
us.
fear.
None shall survive.
On alert, brothers. The enemy must be nearby. This
The
day
enemies
shall be a
of man
glorious
cannot
one for
stand
the
before
Imperials.
us.
Emperor's
The enemies
finest
of man
report.
cannot stand before us.
On
The
alert,
enemies of
brothers.
man
The
cannot
enemy must be
stand
nearby.
before us.
Even in death I still serve.
Orders received. Fear our wrath. Under fire.
I have awoken.
The enemies of man cannot stand before us.
Marine squad deployed.
Under the enemies of man cannot stand before us. The enemies of man cannot stand before us.
The Emperor's finest reporting.
The enemies of man cannot stand before us.
While the enemies of the
I
Emperor
have
still
awoken.
The
draw
enemies
breath,
of
there can
man
be no
cannot stand
peace.
before us.
We await your command.
At your command of fire.
Marine squad deployed.
Today the enemy shall know
Heresy. The
fear.
enemies of man cannot stand before us. For the Emperor! shield. Clan faith is our shield. Kill.
I am ready to
Under
serve.
fire.
I have awoken. I shall
The
end
enemies of man cannot
Marine
stand
squad
before
deployed.
us.
I shall end you. I have awoken.
Under fire. For the Emperor. Under fire.
Another Necron artifact. Destroy it!
Time itself bends to the will of the Catan fools. Come before the chronometron beacon and be frozen
Yes, my lord.
into the
Yes, my lord.
stillness of death.
Charge.
Have awoken.
By his glorious
What's your
name.
order? Yes, my lord. Fear denies faith. Charge.
The Emperor protects.
By his glorious name. None shall survive.
For the Emperor! What's your order? We stand ready.
I have awoken.
The Emperor protects.
None shall survive.
I have awoken. I have awoken.
Beware the alien, the mutant.
Command me. I shall end
Under
you.
fire.
Beware the alien, the mutant, the heretic.
By his glorious name.
Under fire. Marine squad deployed.
On alert, brothers. The enemy must be
The
nearby.
battlefield awaits.
I have awoken.
We stand ready. Charge! Fear our
This day
wrath.
shall be a
Marine
glorious
squad
war for the
deployed.
Imperium.
We seek the enemy.
Here to serve.
I have awoken.
Here to serve. I await your instructions.
An open mind is like a
I
fortress
have
Today
with
the
its
enemy
gates
shall
unbarred
know
and
fear.
unguarded.
Orders
Praise
received.
the
Morale
Emperor.
restored.
We
Marine
seek
squad
the
under
enemy.
fire.
We seek the enemy.
For the Emperor.
Under fire.
I have awoken.
Squad broken.
I am the instrument of his will.
At your command. Squad morale
We seek
restored.
the enemy.
I
Under
have
fire.
awoken.
Broken.
None
Marine
shall
squad
survive.
deployed.
I have
Make
awoken.
way.
I am the instrument of his will.
We await your command.
Squad
Make
morale
way.
restored.
Today the enemy shall know fear.
I have awoken.
Squad broken. Marine squad deployed.
I
Under
have
fire.
I have awoken.
Squad morale restored. Under
I
fire.
have awoken.
Beware the alien,
Under
the
fire.
mutant, the heretic.
Marine squad deployed. Under
At
fire.
last, back to war. I
Under
have awoken.
fire.
I am ready to serve. Again.
The fallen shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's finest.
Where you need us most. We seek the enemy.
Under fire.
I
Squad
have
broken.
awoken.
Marine squad deployed.
What would you have me do?
Squad morale restored. Under fire. Marine
have
squad
awoken.
deployed.
Today the enemy shall know fear.
Faith is our shield.
At last, back to
Ever
war.
vigilant.
Beware the alien, the mutant, the heretic.
Even in death I still serve.
Walk softly and carry a big gun.
Under fire.
I await your
Marine squad
instructions.
under fire.
Build routine 721
I
initiated.
have awoken. We await your command. None shall survive.
Under fire.
My faith is my shield.
Marine squad deployed.
I fear no evil, for I am fear incarnate.
I have awoken.
While the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath, there can be no peace.
Apothecary here. Under fire.
Regroup!
Heresy grows from idleness. Marine squad deployed.
On alert, brothers. The enemy must be nearby. Today the enemy shall know.
It is better to die for the Emperor than live for yourself.
Under
I
fire.
shall end you.
For the Emperor. Marine squad deployed. What is your order? At your command. Charge! We are the Emperor's chosen. Under fire. Faith is our shield. At your command.
None shall stand.
The fallen shall
What
be
would you have
forever
me do?
remembered as the Emperor's finest.
Yes, most beneficent
Marine
one.
squad deployed.
What would you have me do? My faith is my
The
shield.
fallen shall be forever remembered
He who
as
stands
the
with me
Emperor's
shall
finest.
be my brother.
None shall stand in our path.
Squad
Walk
broken!
softly and carry a big gun.
Moving out. We stand ready. Fear denies
Marine
faith.
squad deployed.
Stay vigilant, brothers. Faith is our apothecary here.
This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium.
Squad morale
Yes,
restored.
Build routine 721 initiated.
Beware the alien, the mutant, the heretic.
Squad broken!
Marine squad
Squad
deployed.
broken!
Praise the Emperor.
Squad broken!
Walk softly and carry a
At
big
your
gun.
command. Under fire. Apothecary ready. Squad
Praise the
broken!
Emperor.
Squad broken! Squad broken! Apothecary ready. Water
Marine squad deployed.
Squad broken!
Today the enemy shall know fear. While the enemies of the
Squad
Emperor still
broken!
draw breath, there can be no peace. For he who stands with me shall be my brother.
I have awoken.
Marine
I
squad
have
deployed.
awoken.
This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium.
We are united in his
What would you have
service.
us do? We are united in his service.
I am the instrument of his will.
Marine squad
I
deployed.
have awoken. I
Apothecary
have
here.
awoken.
Under fire. Under fire. Under fire. Marine squad deployed. What are your needs? Under fire.
I have awoken.
What are your needs? How can I serve? Marine squad deployed. Broken!
I have awoken. I have awoken.
Here to serve.
What are your needs?
Praise the Emperor.
Apothecary here.
He who stands with me shall be
Marine
my
squad
brother.
deployed.
None shall survive.
Under fire.
I have awoken. I have awoken.
The enemies of man cannot stand before
Once
us.
more, we go to battle.
This day
The
shall be a
enemies of man
glorious
cannot
one.
stand
Marine
before
squad
us.
deployed.
Yes, Lord.
Under fire.
Yes, Lord.
Apothecary here.
Today the enemy shall know fear.
It is better to die for the Emperor
Apothecary
than
here.
live for yourself.
The enemies of the Emperor
carry a
shall be
big gun.
destroyed. Squad broken. Morale restored.
My aim shall not falter.
The enemies of man cannot stand
I
before
have
us.
awoken.
This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium.
The enemies of
Marine
man
squad
cannot
deployed.
stand before us. The enemies of man cannot stand before us. The enemies of man cannot stand before us.
I have awoken. I have awoken.
The enemies of man cannot stand before us. The enemies of man cannot stand before us.
I await your instructions. Yes, Lord. Yes, most beneficent one. Build routine 721 initiated.
I have awoken.
Marine squad deployed.
I have awoken.
Beware the alien.
The enemies of man cannot stand before us. The enemies of man cannot stand before us. Under fire.
It is better to die for the Emperor than live for yourself.
The enemies of man cannot Marine stand squad before
While
us.
the enemies of the
I
Emperor
have
still
awoken.
draw breath, there can be no peace.
I have awoken.
The enemies of man cannot stand before us. The enemies of man cannot stand before us.
I have awoken.
Under fire.
I have awoken.
At your command.
What is your will?
What are
I
your
have
needs?
awoken.
My aim
This
shall
day
not
shall be
falter.
a glorious
The
one for
battlefield
the Imperium.
awaits.
I have awoken.
On alert, brothers. The enemy must be
The
nearby.
fallen shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's finest. Under fire. Marine squad deployed. Under fire. What are your needs? Marine squad deployed. At your command.
What would you have me do? Be swift, driver.
The enemies of man cannot stand before us.
I await your instructions. Here to serve. I shall obey.
Marine squad deployed. The battlefield awaits. Under fire, heresy grows from idleness.
At last, back to
Squad
war.
broken!
I shall end
Under
at last,
fire.
back to war. I am the instrument of
Under
his
fire!
will. I am the instrument of his will.
Marine squad deployed.
Yes, Lord.
I have awoken.
Build routine 721 initiated.
I have awoken.
Squad broken! Marine squad deployed.
I have awoken.
Direct us to the enemy.
I have awoken.
Marine squad deployed. Under fire. The enemies of man cannot stand before us. Under fire.
I have awoken.
Marine squad deployed.
I have awoken. I have awoken.
Under fire. Marine squad
It is
deployed.
better to die for the Emperor than live for yourself. I will purge the unclean. Even in death I still serve.
Under
Even
fire.
in death I still serve. I shall end you.
Squad broken.
Faith is eternal. I shall end you.
Marine squad deployed. Under fire. Squad broken.
I have awoken.
Marine squad deployed. Under fire.
Yes, most beneficent one.
Marine squad deployed. Under fire.
Build routine 721
Yes,
initiated. Most beneficent one. Here to serve.
Apothecary here.
I
Under
am
fire.
the instrument of his will. I have awoken. I have awoken. I
Under
am
fire.
ready to
Marine
serve.
squad deployed. Weapons at ready. It
For
is
the
time.
Emperor. Command me.
Squad broken.
Here to serve.
Squad broken. Marine squad deployed.
I have awoken.
squad deployed. Under fire.
Faith is eternal.
Heresy grows
I have
idleness.
Yes, Lord.
Under
I
fire.
have
Build routine 721 initiated.
Squad broken. Under fire. Marine squad deployed.
I have awoken. I have awoken.
What would you have me
Squad
do?
broken.
For the
Squad
honor of the
broken.
chapter.
I have
Brothers,
awoken.
the shall plasma know no bomb is fear. planted. We make for the surface.
Fools, you will
Follow
never
my
leave
lead.
these catacombs. Our
Marine
technologies
squad deployed.
are fully
Under
active
fire.
again, and your deaths are now certain.
Under
I
fire.
have I have awoken.
Under fire. Squad Marine broken. squad deployed. Squad broken. Under fire. Under fire.
Bring them back, my lord. The living are escaping. My lord, the living have...
The final assault against the necrons in the catacombs under the Thur Abyss Plateau became the thing of legend among the Blood Ravens. Descending into that sepulchral underworld, the Battle Brothers must have felt cut off from the Emperor's light altogether. Nevertheless, they fought with all the courage and steel of the Imperium's finest, bringing holy fire to the enemies of all life. Those brothers who emerged from that charnel underworld marked their armors with a small elongated skull, emblematic of their fallen Necron foes. The chapter's second company, which contributed most of the forces sent into Thur Abyss, would add the Necron skull to its heraldry and adopt the motto, "Victory over Death."